Hope the holiday season is bringing in some joy, and you're staring at the new year, and hope you have already planned for your new year. My name is Sharad, friends, and I'm here to explain you about the free internship program that we are launching in association with Innodatatics. My name is Sharad, and I'm one of the directors with Innodatatics. That's the reason why I'm right proudly saying that in association with Innodatatics. 360DigiTMG and Innodatatics, they work together. And as part of the community service program, CSR program, this free internship is being launched for all the students who are interested to get the industrial exposure. Let me first congratulate all the people who are joining here. Right, especially you're here, that basically means you're in the right career path. You've already chosen data as your career and you're trying to pursue it. Right, so that's the reason why I want to congratulate you all. And I'm also trying to address an issue that you all probably have faced or will be facing in future. That is with respect to cracking the interviews. How do you prepare, or what do you prepare? Right? You are trained, you are familiar with all these concepts already. You are very good with your machine learning capabilities. You are good with Python. But did you ever think on the practical grounds on how a machine learning model is being utilized by your customer or by the industry for which we are developing this machine learning model? We very simply come up with Python code. I'm saying simply in Python code, though the code might be very complex, right? But I'm looking from a business perspective. So if I'm a business person, I will simply say, yeah, you have built a Python code, isn't it? How difficult it is, only we know. But because I put my legs in both the boats, right? I'm also a Python coder. I do machine learning training and I also do the deployment for my customers. So from that perspective, I'm trying to bring out this specific point, which is the practicality. You develop the machine learning model, but how do you deploy it? Customers have to use it, right? So how are they going to utilize your solution? And this is where majority of you all will fail in the interviews, because unless until you do the things practically, you'll not be able to address or understand the issues that might arise. Forget about addressing them, but you probably may not be able to even think through those problems. This is one of the gray areas in the industry. Right? And of course, this is the biggest gray area that we see in the industry, because academics versus practical industry, right? Industrial exposure. There's a huge gap between these two. And that is where exactly our internship program is coming into picture. We are trying to bridge these two worlds. But of course, there are new concepts. Probably you have not been taught of these strategies at all. How do you deploy it? What is the science behind the deployment? And when I say deployment, friends, it's not just the code deployment. You say, okay, my Python code is given to the customer. They will use some developers and then generate some nice UI and then they start using it. It's not that simple. Because when you say deployment, you will also have to see that customer is already doing the business. So that means they have established infrastructure, IT, right? They already have software and hardware. So given these existing conditions, how do your code be injected into this system which is already existing? So there are a lot of practical challenges as I'm trying to unfold things here. So what we have done is to ensure that things are made easier for all the startup people, right? All the new bees here. We split this entire program, which is of course for 30 days, based on our past experience and the program that we have run. Based on our experience, we have designed it into a 30-day program. And within this 30 days, we have given emphasis for both training and learning. Right? Training means you will have to practically implement the things. Learning means you'll have to learn new concepts. So in the learning phase or training phase, which is of course 20 days, because there are a lot of content that you will be trying to learn. Some of the concepts you're already familiar with, right? So Python program, yes, you're already familiar with, but you'll have to revise. There will be new libraries and all that. So you need to get to the groove, right? Into the groove of writing programs. So the learning phase is being split again into 3 divisions. The first division is the morning division, which basically comes up with Python programming video at 6 a.m. You'll have to go through it. It would probably span to a max of 2 hours video. 1 hour to 2 hours videos will be there. Go through them, practice it. This is easy because you're already familiar. Then comes the 12 noon video. Here, you'll be learning not just the data science overview, but you'll also learn how practically the development happens, because every development requires a product development or software development life cycle. Development life cycle is there, right? So for data science projects, what is the life cycle you'll be learning? And these are the standard steps that you will be implementing for developing any machine learning based solution for solving business problems using data. So there are certain standards, global standards you will be getting familiarized with. Some people might be familiar here. Some people might not be familiar because there are a lot of interesting insights that you'll have to learn. Then comes the 6 p.m. video, which is very essential, very, very important for this particular internship program, which is deployment strategies. So there are various things that you will be learning as part of deployment, and some of the contents are covered here in the video. So you'll have to go through these videos and try to learn things. Now we evaluate your learning, right? So we conduct an exam. Now whenever I say exam or anybody says exam, our default thought process would be MCQs, right? But that is not what we do. We have a strategy in plan so that it also benefits your profile building. In LinkedIn, we conduct exam, we'll post questions, and you're expected to write answers in the comment section, not MCQ based questions. Detailed explanation should be given here. This would enhance your knowledge levels, communication levels, confidence levels, the delivery style you'll be enhancing yourself with. So there are a lot of things that you'll be learning when you're doing it. On top of this, if your LinkedIn profile is actively maintained with all the relevant content that you're posting, if you're active there, then employers will get confidence in hiring you. Because LinkedIn becomes the primary portal, I should say place, a platform where majority of the profiles are shortlisted. Right? So as an employer, if I look into your profile, I should see some content which is relevant, right? I need to get confidence in hiring you. Now, if you're active in the space that you're interested in, and you're trying to apply in that space, then I will also get confidence as an employer. So this is the thought process behind the LinkedIn answers. You will have to be very, very actively write your answers in the comment section. Now, once this is done, once the training phase is done, your project phase begins. This is where you'll do hands-on. And you might say, hey, 10 days, is it good enough? Yeah, obviously. You have 8 hours to 10 hours. In fact, you are free, then you'll have 12 to 16 hours a day. So you would have to focus on your career and spend ample time on, right? In fact, complete time on implementing the logic. And these 10 days are also further broken down into 5 days each. And we will have an expert who is going to guide you on what you need to do and various things that you'll be doing in this 10 days duration. And for that, We will have a 15 minutes meeting on daily basis from Monday to Friday. And we'll only be focusing on important discussion points because everybody should get opportunity to talk and understand what they have done, what challenges that they have encountered, and what should they do, right? The steps would be standardized. Everybody should be following the same standards, but yeah, somebody will be improvising on the quality of what they are doing. So that is where, right, you will be differentiating yourself, but you will have to work under the guidance of an MLOps expert. Of course, the exact steps to implement, exact project details, all those things will come when you go into the project phase. Your learning phase becomes or starts tomorrow, right? And once you are completing your entire internship and you submit all your artifacts or your work, if you're successfully completing, then you'll get the certificate. You can proudly say that, yes, this is what I have achieved, and market yourself into the industry as well. And mind you, this is not like a regular project where you're training your machine learning models and then delivering that code. No, we are not doing that. If you have the mindset of only sticking to training and all that, then this is not the project for you. You'll have to join the other project, which is for starters, absolute starters who are not exposed to any machine learning models and all that. For them, we have other program on Fridays. You can join that. This is for level 2 people who already know machine learning models, who already have done multiple model trainings and testing and evaluation and right those steps. Now you would be focusing on how do I deploy and what should I do after deployment. So deployment and post deployment steps is what you'll be focusing here. That's all. And once right your work is done, you'll get this particular certificate. So this is the overview of the program, and I want you to show the credentials. 360DigiTMG is one of the leading edtech company, and it has a lot of success stories. I will directly jump to the success stories. Our team, right, our alumni is working on very, very reputed organizations, the big four companies, the top MNCs in India and right other abroad companies as well, in abroad countries as well. This is all because of the kind of projects that we work on. You can also connect with these folks, right, entire alumni. You can download the PDF version of their details, and people who agree to have their details on the website, we take their consent and put their details here. You can always connect with them over LinkedIn also. The LinkedIn profile details are given here. Now let me show you a glimpse of the projects that we do. Look at this project. So what we're basically trying, this is the UI, friends. You'll have to design this UI also, right? And what you're basically trying to do is, in this project, we upload images, and our model is identifying if there are any damages to the equipment. This is pallets, but we also have done similar project in medical right field also, and various other industries. But this is pallet damage detection model. And the data will directly get stored into the database so that right feedback can be generated from this predicted results. Now you're not looking into something which is like a right readily available use case, which is solved use case. Like in Kaggle, you have a lot of hackathons. You have a lot of readily available data sets that you can work on. Right? If you're going for any hackathon, it is an unsolved problem in Kaggle. But when you're going into the regular data set related problems, these are all already solved problems, right? So we're not looking into solved problems. These are all industry related challenges that we try to solve with our team. So you will also get this rich exposure. Look at this in a hatchery. In a poultry farms, the chicks are breeded in controlled environment. But even though there is so much of controlled environment, the chicks will get unhealthy. They die. In fact, they carry a lot of diseases which can be very, very right, contagious, and one gets ill, the other things or other chicks also gets ill. It's a very, very right laborious job to track manually each and every chick. There will be thousands of chicks in the farm. So our solution is looking into the CCTV footages and identifying the age, the health, right, the body temperature basically of the chick, and all the details are getting stored into the database, right? So we'll basically be able to track the age also. So these are all the various details that our application is capturing. You can also look into another very, very interesting. This is one of my favorite projects. It's a very, very common issue that we have, and look at how machine learning, data science related solutions, AI solutions are solving the problem. You can see the steel rods, right? When construction happens, the steel rods are becoming one of the, they become one of the important, I should say, material that you'll have to use for construction. Keeping a track of the steel rods, right, material used is very difficult, especially if it is a mega construction or even for a very big multi-stored building that we are constructing. Not just the number of steel rods, but you'll also have different size in the steel rods, 8 mm, 16 mm, 12 mm, right? So this application that we have developed is tracking the width of the steel rod, and it is also counting. At the bottom of the video screen, you can see the counter comes into the picture, right? So that counter is not visible here properly, but that data is going and storing in the database. So whenever the video is shared, then it counts the steel rods, and we will be able to know how many steel rods are there. On daily basis, we run through this. So these are the industry challenges, friends, right? Practical challenges, and we try to solve these problems. All right, so this is basically how you can kickstart your industry experience. And this is a free program, friends. So you would obviously have limited, I should say, duration to cover up the project. If you are starting from scratch, then yes, this is not the program as I mentioned. If you're already familiar with the skills, data science, machine learning skills, then yes, deployment and post-deployment specific strategies is what you will be learning here in the. All right, so this is basically the overview of the program, friends, and your session, your batch will start training yourself from tomorrow. So tomorrow 6 a.m. you will have the right the recorded video shared. So you might want to ask, how do I register? You can register by connecting to the WhatsApp community. The link is shared in, our team is sharing the link in the chat. You can join that community, and in that community, you will get all the details. There will be a Google form for you to register, share your details and register. And based on right your details that you're sharing, that your registration, right? Based on your registration fill up, you'll be allotted to the project. So this is the process. You just have to join the community and fill up the Google form. That's all. So this is very simple process, and right, it's going to be your first step. If you have not done any internship, this is going to be your first step into the practical world, friends. Hope I've made myself clear on the program. It's a completely free program. So do utilize the opportunity that is provided. And good luck, friends. Good luck with your career aspirations. All right, friends. Thank you so much. I'll see you around in the program. Good luck, and Merry Christmas, friends. Happy New Year.